when I coached against them. This ain't hearsay, dog.
Right.
I was there. I seen corners, linemen,
I saw
defensive
fat
end,
defensive
offensive
tackle,
line.
fat little defensive tackles.
Why you gotta be fat?
They
though?
were a little, but
Why you call it? Why
they
you
had,
gotta
they
be
had
fat?
little, they had little. They
So,
were
but
power
then they
plays.
gonna say that's
was
why they ain't
power.
drafted because they was built wrong.
Yeah, you said it was built wrong because if you can play, you can
You
play.
said-
I saw the dudes making tackles.
you
I
said
saw,
fat defensive
They was
end.
fat. Yeah, most pork chop. They're fat.
Well,
Defensive tackles are fat.
I saw some young men
Move around, great
that
lateral
can
movement.
really play the game
Right.
at that level, and I know.
It's Coach Simmons. My final look back at the NFL draft. Something I want to point out. I am in Austin, Texas. I talk to these players more than I think I should. One of the narratives about HBCU, in particular the SWAC, the reason why they don't get NFL draft picks because they don't play anybody. This on the FCS level. They don't go outside their conference. They don't play anybody. They play nobody. Do me a favor. Name me one FCS team that has a harder schedule than this one right here. I'll wait. I mean, are we going to sit back here and say the locker room means more? We're going to sit back and say, spending buku amount on lockers equates to NFL players. You got to be in a big conference, a big college to get drafted. Let's just go ahead and check this out. These are the schools, FCS and below, D2. They all have one draft pick. Only one in the FCS. The only one in the FCS with more than one draft pick is Montana State. And what does that mean? We have Jackson State, we have Southern, and we have Fayetteville State with D2, and South Carolina State as well, HBCUs. But if only one has multiple draft picks, it's Montana State. They have as much draft picks as Notre Dame. And everybody on here has as many as most of the Sun Belt, UAB and Marshall, Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio. Basically the Mountain West outside of San Diego State, Nevada. UCF, Miami, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Boston College, Florida State, Kansas. Oh, every FCS team that had a draft pick has more draft picks than University of Texas. Utah, Oregon, Oregon State, Stanford, Indiana, Auburn. Yeah. Basically, unless you're Alabama, unless you're SEC, it was pretty close. Unless you're Texas and you have nothing at all to complain about. So the narrative of you have to go to a big school, you have to show out on the major stage, you have to get the big lights. They look good, don't get me wrong. They look good, but you don't have to, man. Let's go back to 2019. Oh, number 3 in the country. 2020. Number 8 in the country. Let's go back one more year, 2018. Why not, right? Number 3 in the country again. Shall we keep going back? 2017? Anybody still on the team from that year? The COVID year? Oh, 25 in the country. Well, that's low. The 25 is a very low ranking, right? 25. He left year prior. But people, this is not rocket science. It doesn't matter where you go to school at. It doesn't matter who recruited you. It doesn't matter who gives you an offer. Now, a lot of folks think I'm just sitting here bashing on UT. Kind of am. Kids drive me crazy. But honestly, Jackson State and Southern had more players drafted than UT. You can say that they're transfers in, they came from other schools, it didn't work out. Well, you can say, hey, look, the kids came in, they balled out, and they got picked. That's the main thing. Don't cry about it. Sitting there wasting your damn time. Get off the narrative where you gotta play somebody. You have to play the top competition. You have to play these top FCS, these top FBS programs to make something. Now, I am of the alliance of playing week 0 bowl games. I say flex your muscle. If you're gonna play out of conference, make it either home and home, or make it a neutral site game, a big game at an NFL stadium. That way, you know your kids gonna get watched. Make it week 1. If you want to bring in some of the non HBCU leagues, bring them in. Have games like in St. Louis or Charlotte or hell, Philly, Detroit. Basically, listen to the song by James Brown, "Living in America." At the end of the song, where he names those cities, have games in those cities. It's Coach Simmons. I'm out.
That's it. End of the song. Living in America, New Orleans, Detroit City, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Atlanta. He just naming safe places for black folks. That's